in your body, in your experience, in what it feels like to be you, feeling, sensing. Let's just rub our fingers together just to awaken the distal edges of our body. So, like coming to this very outer point. I read somewhere, and this is really morbid, but I'm going to say it, that when we die, the first parts of our bodies to experience death are like these distal edges when the heart, because the blood is not no longer pumping or can no longer return back from those far away places. So something morbid just to get us started. So the same thing with our feet. Squish your toes around. So squish your toes around on the floor, waking up the soles of your feet, waking up, wiggle them around as if there's this term in machine learning called motor babbling. And it's really babies do it too as they're learning to move. It's like there's this motor babbling of movement. So let your hands and feet motor babble. Let them feel what it feels like to move without let them be as creative as they want to be. So it doesn't have to be like this is how it's just going to stay with this rubbing. But once they awaken, maybe they become curious as to what's possible. So awakening hands and feet. I'm going to scooch back so you can get the whole picture of what the hands and feet are doing. Happy feet. Give me those happy feet. Da 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 da. My mom was telling me that it's been icy here, and she said that she read somewhere that when the conditions are icy and there might be black ice, that you should walk like a penguin. And so I said, "Oh, you mean shuffle along?" And she goes, "No, rock from side to side." Like, I think this is what you have to do on the floor is like if it's you don't want to pick up and put down and slide. You want to squish along so you're already skating. Anyway, penguins, happy feet, the happy feet song. Start to take the hands and feet. I'm sitting on a ball. You could be on your butt, you could be standing up, but reach out to the edges of your kinesphere. So awakening, maybe some spirals, twists, doesn't have to be symmetrical, just awakening the whole body mind system. Oh, it's so mechanical to say body mind system, but this integrated whole that we are. I'm just going to fix this. Keep moving your hands and feet, awakening the distal edge, and then we are going to let go of that, and you're going to come into your center, ideally seated for this. We've awakened the edges. Now coming into center, start to let your center move. So awaken the center. So it could be your belly button, there could be ripples, waves. If I'm on this physio ball, which is really good for moving my center, but you might be on a seat where moving the center is more like this, something that's more stable. If my seat is mobile, I have more mobility in my pelvis, more mobility in my gut body, right? But if my seat is stable, my sit bones are going to be more stable. It's just a balance of stability and mobility. As I'm here on my stable seat, my mobile seat, my feet are stabilizing me, right? My feet and my legs are helping me not fall off the ball. Awakening the center. And then let's just do a cat cow there. Arch and curl. Seated in any way, on the floor or on a chair. Cat cow. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening the front body. Exhale, closing the front body, but we're opening the back body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's change it to side side. Just, it could be this way if you're more stable, or if you've got the ball, you can do head and tail in one direction, head and tail in the other. So we're getting this side side movement. Even if you're seated, you can still tip, right? Tip your pelvis. Tip your hip. Ah, if it's possible, relax the neck and shoulders. Most of us tend to be carrying some tension there. Letting it go. And then we're going to just take a circle with your ribs, circling your ribs around. I think there's a little battle going on, a battle with the cattle. The cats are having a battle. It's Peapod and Gaylord. Peapod just came shooting in the door over there. Change direction, other way. Easy circles, mobilizing your diaphragm, your rib cage, your lungs, and your heart. Doesn't have to be super big. It can just be small, gentle, or it could be very big. All right, and then let's go up to our head, dropping your head down, looking toward the ceiling, neck and shoulders relaxing as much as possible. I surrender, looking up for inspiration, letting go, dropping down. What's up? What's down? Taking in the space, orienting in this up-downness, and then coming into center, and we're going to do side-side twisting, looking from one side to the other. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Taking in the horizon, taking in your environment, not as a to-do list, but just as the space around you. Maybe you want to relax your jaw, take a yawn. When I am doing that yawning, it's popping my ears. Opening up inside, awakening, sensation, movement in these different ways. And then we'll tilting your head. Oh, that's holy moly. There's too much of a war going on. Hey, stop it, Gaylord. Go on. Peapod might have started it, but hey, it's me, little brat. This is definitely a huge battle. Head tilting. I don't know if you guys could hear the yelling, the hissing, the meowing. All right, shake it out, shake it out. My nervous system just went, So when we have that, like, if we keep putting that into our system without some kind of shake and release, our system is taking on more and more tension, right? It's not letting it go, letting us come back into the flow. All right, so we want to shake out a little bit, let go, jostle, and we'll do the lymph flush. So rubbing your hands together, getting some energy. Oh, he's going to go do it again. I saw him going in there. Hey, I see you. You better stop it. Quit it. Right hand to, I can't like monitor them both from this other room. Right hand to the upper left quadrant of your collarbone, upper left quadrant, upper left collarbone, moving above and below the collarbone. You know, I get that stuff, the whatever it is, the pheromone, the kitty pheromone stuff. Oh, I see you. Don't do it. Let's switch it to the other side. Sometimes it helps, but it doesn't seem to help as much. Hey, it doesn't seem to help as much as it used to. So I'm not sure why they're all riled up battling, but it's not a favorable situation in the home. Poor kitties. And then sometimes I think, well, they're getting some activity, they're having chasing each other, there's a little action in their lives, some drama. Let's come around the angle of the jaw. They've got their karma. Gaylord, their katma. And then let's come into the face. Right next to your nostrils, just in there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gaylord, what are you crying about? It's okay. Did she scratch you? You probably deserved it. It's really hard to say. Like, he usually is more aggressive, but she instigates and then she'll go back. But it's hard to say who's really at fault in these situations. Oh, oh, yeah, go under your cheekbone. I'm feeling a little um, tenderness on one side there. So I'm just going to soften up and slow down the way that I'm moving with that. So, yeah, if you encounter stickiness, tenderness, pain at all, go gentle, slower, lighter, easier. Good. And let's shake it out. We're going to take the 10 little dragons running through the forest, just mobilizing your whole scalp, moving your scalp against your cranium. So it's not locked on, but there's movement, there's flow happening between the surface and just under the surface. Working from home is decidedly a luxury on the one hand, but it's also distracting and uh, it's a little different, right? It's not the same as if I'm in a studio with people, then I'm here with the cats, the little terrorists. Okay, let's go to the K27 points. Drop down from your collarbone, there should be two little indentations just touching in there, circle. So this is energy work with the physical movement. They go hand in hand. When we can feel into our body, it's easier to feel energy, to feel stuckness, to feel movement. I am of the opinion that somatics without movement is not very embodied, right? We want full flowing embodiment. We probably have to bring some movement into it. But that's my obviously very biased opinion. All right, let's do the thymus thump with Tarzan. So I'm going to thump my thymus, but then I'm going to open out to my whole upper pecs towards my armpit. And I'm going to add sound. Getting all that vibration in your chest and lungs, mobilizing whatever needs to move, especially if you've had flu or colds or any extra excitement this season, which most people I know have been sick a lot this fall. Come in underneath your chest and we'll hit the spleen points. I'm tapping like this, 4 5 finger tap, 4 fingers and a thumb tap. And I'm going to move beyond my spleen out to the edge and come back in. Drawing your energy into yourself and letting it move. Taking your right hand back to the lymph flush to your left armpit pec. So yesterday, me and Anthony went out shopping for some items that he needed to get, and we were going to go to the gym also. But then, and we ended up going from one place to the next, to the next, to the next, because we couldn't find what we were looking for. And then finally we found it. And then we still had to make a couple more stops. And like just being in these stores drained the life out of me after like, I don't know, a couple of hours, maybe not even a couple of hours, maybe an hour and a half of this shopping from store to store. I was like, oh, I could just feel energetically drained and depleted. Change it to the other side. Sometimes even going to the museum can be like that for me. Like it's great, I'm seeing all this art, but it's so overstimulating. There's so much information happening. It's good for me to go to a museum and look at one exhibit, not the entire museum. But then it seems like it's a waste, but you really should see all of it. but then like it just wears me out too much. Speaking of energy and depletion. All right, let's come in. But sometimes all I need to do is go and sit quietly and stare at the walls for a little while to like regather energy. Coming into Cisterna Kylie. Peapod has just arrived on the scene on the couch. I'm gonna move things for her. And we're gonna get up and move into the inguinal fold. Between your pubic bone and your hip bones, especially if you sit a lot. And let's take that around to the back. You're going to go to your sacrum, sacroiliac, and just squish along, or I'm drawing this diagonal line, this V shape along my sacroiliac joint, basically. And then I'm going to keep coming out to my top of my femur head, greater trochanter, and I'm going to go back and forth a few times. So getting the piriformis deep inside there, and some of the glutes, medius, maximus, maybe a little minimus, but mostly the other ones. And then we're going to come down the front of the leg to the back of the knee. Getting behind the eye of the knee. And from there, I'm just going to hit down my calves towards my Achilles. I'm going to go up and down a few times. Bend knees so that my calves, they're not super soft, but they're not super hard, but I'm just giving a little bit of energy in, and then I'm going to come up and hit up my legs around my greater trochanter on each side, which is the top knob of your femur head. If you put your hands right there, you should feel that bony part. It's the top knob of your femur head sticking out. Oh, Gaylord, I hear you. What is that? You're okay. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. Here, have this. He's sitting on my backpack in front of the heater over there. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more stuff for legs, hips, hip sockets. It's really hip sockets more than legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand on one leg and balance. And if you need to hold on to something, you can hold on to something. Standing on one leg, you're going to take the other leg and you're just going to swing it around in a circle. Swinging it around in a circle underneath you. And then change directions. So you want to go like 4 or 5 times. One direction. Doesn't have to be the biggest circle in the world. Soccer ball to beach ball size. Come in, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Change it to the other side. Circles on that leg. And you might think, oh, I'm working this leg. But really, your standing leg is probably doing a lot more work than this one. Change direction, going the other way. Standing leg, working leg. Good. So that, like, if we were dancing ballet, that's a rond de jambe, right? But we're doing it without the ballet version. So it's a little more, it's still a rond de jambe. It's still a rond of your leg, but we're not worrying about all the other ballet stuff. But now we're going to change it to a totally different thing. I learned this from Irene Dowd, who is an anatomist. You're going to stand on one leg, and instead of circling this foot, you're going to circle your hip over your leg. So this leg can just hang. You are circling your pelvis on top of your leg. And then change directions. Same thing going the other way. So all of this is for health in that ball and socket joint, hip health. Everybody is sitting too much. I don't know, maybe not everybody, but I'd say probably 95% of our population sits way too much. So this is kind of one, recuperation from so much sitting, but also strengthening up our bones and tissues. Switch legs, circle on the other in one direction 4 or 5 times, and then go the other way. What are we doing? We are telling our bones and our tissues to adapt to this movement, right? We are hydrating those tissues by moving. Good. And release. Shake it out. Shake it out. We want to have push pull on our bones and muscles. Like we want them to have to do both things, like pushing off the floor in a little jump. You can just, let's just do a bounce up and down. If you feel like you can jump, have a little, leave the floor. Density, bone density. How do we get it? We get it by creating some impact, some push pull, some resistance. Now we're going to do it a little different. You're just going to turn out and in, just a little turn out and in, not a lot. So we're getting the fascia, the hip socket is going to have to move differently for that. Fascia for the whole leg, greasing up the hip socket. And now we're warming up our legs. Oh my God. Remember when we were moving our fingers and toes? Same thing here, but bigger. Let's take it down to the floor. Ah, come in for a landing. Let me fix my camera and just roll from side to side. Take your time. Whatever it is that you're carrying on your back, offer it to the floor. And you might think, I'm not really carrying anything, but I assure you, you probably are. Everyone is, right? What are we carrying? I'm carrying all the things I have to do in the next month, all the classes I'm going to teach, all the people I got to get to the airport, all the me that I have to get, like all the travel, all the things that are happening, all the things I'm thinking, all the stuff I want to teach, how to do it the best way, right? Take your time. Maybe you're thinking other things like, I have to fix the roof. I don't know. Something else. I gotta clean my house. I gotta do the laundry. All the stuff that you're thinking about, just give it to the floor. Melt and soften. And while you're offering the backpack of all the things you have to do and all your responsibilities to the floor, also take off the backpack of what you think you should look like, any kind of objectification of your body coming into your body as an experience, the lived experience of being a person, being born on the planet, happens in your body. It doesn't happen somewhere else. Your whole life, this whole life is going to be in your body. So coming into inviting in a healthy relationship with your body, a healthy experiential relationship of, oh, we're in it together. Not only are we in it together, we are the same thing. All of this is one, this oneness. All right, I'm going to start taking that roll onto my belly, tummy time with a little arch. And then I'm going to roll over to the other side as slow as I want to go. And again, lift and look up. So a little back exercise, a little stretch for the front of the body, and active muscle work for the back of the body. Most people could benefit a lot from having a stronger back. And the arching your back is strengthening your back, right? Doing ab work is strengthening your front. This is strengthening your back. All right. Delicious as that is, let's move on a little bit with some knee drops from side to side, spiraling. Again, letting go. Let's just massage out your sacrum, your lower back, that hip. I'm going to take mine just a little deeper, picking up the outside leg and crossing it over. Your body knows what you're thinking. So whatever you're saying, I'm too this, I'm not enough that, I've got to fix this. This is the problem with my body. Your body's hearing it, and you are enforcing that patterning of at least thinking that way. So let's try to soften the patterning. I'm opening up this relationship in a kind, gentle way with myself, with my own embodied experience. Oh, all right. Big fan of making noise while you're doing this type of stuff. So if you need to make some noises, go for it. The cats are both looking at me like, what is wrong with her? Lift your pelvis up, circles with your hips. Who you can't see, but is up on the cat tower over there is Squeaky Deaky. Mobilizing your pelvis, mobilizing your spine, and then change direction. This also such an important exercise for people who sit a lot. It doesn't necessarily have to be a circle, although a circle is great because that really affects that ball and socket joint in as your leg joins into your pelvis, but also working the back body. So we're working our hamstrings, we're working our back, we're working our butt. And we're also massaging out our shoulders. All right, let's come in, lower it down. Inhale, arms up over your head. Deep breath in. On the exhale, press up, and you're going to lift up one leg, drop it down. Inhale down. Exhale, push. Other leg lifts, lower. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, press, lift your leg, lower. Inhale, exhale, press, lift, lower. Inhale down, exhale, press. Pick up one foot, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. Lift. You can feel your hamstrings firing right up as soon as you pick up that leg. Press. Pick it up. Lower. Maybe you can feel, let's say, I can feel my hamstrings firing up as I lift the other leg. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, two more. Exhale, pick up one leg. Inhale, last one, up, lift, and take it down. And now we should have done a lot of back work. We're going to take our knees into our chest, circles, circling, massaging out your back. Feel into your back, feel the circle. Maybe you have a tight spot back there. Take your time as you roll through that. Giving your back some attention, circling the other way, feeling into your experience in your body. It's very easy to feel pain, right? Usually that just, boop, there it is. And often that is the impetus to do something with our bodies. But what if we also tried to feel what feels good in there? And then come in, take your arms and legs up, shake them out. Release, soften whatever you're holding on to, let it go, shake it out like a rag doll scarecrow. Let it go. And then happy baby pose. Oh yes, it is what day is it today? It's Tuesday. I am finally not sore from the class I taught on Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, so I had about 3 days, really 2 days of being pretty sore. But now I can feel, oh, those muscles are stronger and they don't hurt. They're not full of lactic acid. Rolling back and forth, rounding through your spine, massaging through your back. Take it to a plow if you can. I'm just thinking of like the Victorians and their outfits and imagining them. They could never do this exercise with a corset on. I mean, they probably could, but it would hurt. All right, let's flip over and come onto hands and knees. We're just going to take a walk up to the edge of your mat, a crawl, we could say, and then back. Walk it forward. If it hurts your knees, you could not do it, or you could pick your knees up off the floor and do it like this, which is way more work in your upper body. Good. And we're going to come in. The sun is coming out. We've had such crazy weather up here. We had the huge snowstorm. We had sleet, we've had rain, we've had ice, and now we have finally some sun. Circles with your chest. Hands are open wide, mobilizing rib cage, lungs, and heart. And then go the other way. Good. And let's come back to opposite arm to leg, or come back to it. Let's come back to all fours. Hands directly below your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, out and in. Staying on this diagonal, right hand, left leg for 10. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's too much to do arm and leg, just do the leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it to the other diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Curl your toes under. Just take it quickly into a downward dog. Walk through your feet, bend one knee, bend the other. Let your hips dip down. Push into the floor with your arms. Lift your heels. Take it forward into a plank, just holding your plank. Push the floor away. Breathe. If you need to put your knees down, go for it. But if possible, just push the floor away for a couple more breaths. Trust your bones to hold you up. And take it down and relax for a second. So sometimes I work for my brother and he has a team building company. So sometimes I facilitate these big team building events. And I did one recently in South Carolina. And was it South Carolina? Or was it North Carolina? Well, anyway, it was in one of the Carolinas. And it's North Carolina, I think. Anyway, we did a plank challenge. And this was like a group of office people, right? Um, some corporate event, right? Corporate office people. And one of the challenges within this, it was kind of like Survivor, or I don't know, like it's a game where they have these different things that they have to do as teams. One of the things was a forearm plank. And after 5.5 minutes, I cut it off. And the people who actually were winning that were not the strongest, fittest looking people. The people who were winning that were like actually an older, there was a guy and a man and a woman, both of them over 65. Were they? Okay, let's say they're over 60 because they hadn't retired yet, but I think they were older than that. Let's come onto your plank. This was the position. They were there for 5.5 minutes. And there were some other people that were struggling and shaking so much. I was like, I'm going to end this one early because I didn't want somebody to have a heart attack. All right, let's take one knee to the floor at a time. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down. But all the really like fit looking guys were really struggling. They were out earlier than most other people. Interesting. It's interesting what's hard for people. Let your legs fall from side to side. Release your back, your tail, happy dog, tail wagging. And then curl your toes under. Pick it up again. We're going to cross under, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and take it down. And we'll do a baby cobra here. Inhale, arch, exhale. No hands, just what your back can do. Lift and release. Doesn't have to be high. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep your hands connected. Come up higher. Push the floor away. Bring it back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you want to, bend your knees. Touch your toes towards your head. Go for it. Stretching the whole front of your body. Right? Again, this is the opposite of sitting. Opening the front of your pelvis. Opening the front of your hip flexors. Stretching the front of your quads. And then take it back into a child's pose. Breathe. Wiggle around. Shift your weight. Free flow your spine. Feel into your body. Is there any tension you could let go of here? Drop it. Let it melt. Shift your weight back towards your heels. We're going to come up. We're going to take it down again. There's a few things I want to do. I want to do little baby cobra head circles. So it's not going very far. Ear towards your shoulder, and then up, other shoulder, bangs to the floor. Shoulder, up, side, and down, shoulder. 3 or 4 in each direction. Go the other way. And then hands next to your chest, arch up. Take it, hands are going to stay kind of far forward. You're going to make circles with your pelvis. So we did the circles with our head. Now we're circling our pelvis. Diversity of movement. Tissues love circles. Joints, many joints love circles. Not necessarily all of them. Go the other way. Shoulders and hips love circles. Good. Then release and come up. Let's come onto a seated position. You're gonna, in this angled back position, cross one ankle over your other leg and just roll across your butt from one side to the other. Massaging out your glutes, rotators. You could do this laying down. So you could be laying down or you could be up here. If I'm up on this angle, I'm going to get a little bit more into the locations that I need the compression in my hips and rotators. And then switch it to the other side. Same thing. Oh, I'm just getting into the place where I really need the compression up here in my hips and rotators. One side is worse than the other. So instead of, I'm going to go back and forth a few times, what I'm doing is I'm getting in there and I'm just mobilizing my torso, mobilizing creating shear in in my glutes or rotators so that the muscles and fascia, tendons, ligaments aren't all gummed up together. Switch it back and forth and just give yourself some mobility around there. A little push, pull, compression, and shear. It will work wonders, at least on my body. It works wonders. All right, release that. Let's take both legs out in front, butt walk forward. Great for all of the business in your pelvis. And then when you reach the edge of your mat, walk back. If you're tighter and you need to do this with bent knees, it's totally fine. If you did this practice every day, just walking forward and backward, not in a long time, like for a minute, 30 seconds, your hamstrings would loosen up. Maybe not to this point, but probably quite a bit. So a lot of people are like, I can't go forward. Why can't I go forward? It's like, well, because you're tight. Why am I tight? Or where am I tight? I'm like, you're the one who feels your body, so I can't tell you, but often it's hamstrings and lower back. And often it's like I'm just going to show you like this. Here's like inside muscle fibers. If they have the chance to move a little bit, that can release tension in there. It's not always tension. It's like things can get a little gummed up and stuck together. So we want to move in these different patterns where we're spiraling, we're twisting, we're mobilizing so that the fascia and the fluids can readjust inside. So this is like fascia, fluids, organs readjusting. And then we'll take it into a forward fold. Breathe into it. If you're tight, bend your knees. If you're looser, take it forward. Play with a curled spine and a lengthened spine. You can kind of move back and forth between rounded and lengthened. And maybe it's up here, you're just rounding and lengthening, right? Finding it, or with your knees bent, it'll be easier. But play back and forth with that, elongated and curled. Good. And then release. And we're going to come into a cross-legged seated position. You could be on a chair if this position is uncomfortable for you. Feel free to elevate your pelvis or sit in a different way. Just stretching from side to side. This is great for your side body, your quadratus lumborum, all of this tissue. My arm is in line with the front of my face. So it's not back here, it's here, which softens the rotator cuff. So we're not popping our elbow all open, but we're spiraling in from our pinky so that our scapula can connect down here. And my hand is lined up, or my arm is lined up with the front of my face. And then we're going to circle it the whole way around, taking it to the side, moving forward through space to the other side, open it up. Side stretch, take it forward to the other side, open. And then change legs. So non-dominant leg is in front. And we're going to do the same slow circle around. So taking it to the side, just slower this time. Hang out there. 1 or 2 breaths. Take it down over your knee. Hang out there. Breathe. Into center. Drop it down. Let go. Surrender. Melt. Take it to the other knee. But I need to hold that tension. It's who I am. It tells me who I am. What if I can just soften the tension just a little bit? more space for who you are. Side stretch. Inhale, open. Take it to the other side. But I define myself by all my resentment and my anger. Take it down towards your knee. I think that's common for a lot of people. I wouldn't know who I was if I wasn't angry or feeling this or feeling that. Take it to the other knee. Certainly not the people in this room, but some people. Inhale, lift. And in this position, just take a quick spiral to the back. And then the other way. Good. And release. Feet on the floor, butt to the heavens. Drop your head, shake it no. Nod yes. Wiggle your shoulders around. Let it all go. And then bend your knees and roll it all the way up to the top. And we're just going to finish it off with the dimensional cross of axis from Laban movement analysis, or also known as the universal mandala from Michael Taftland. Up to the heavens, down to the earth in the vertical dimension. Crossing over, we'll do each side and we'll go back and forth. Opening out the horizontal dimension, taking it backwards and forwards, the sagittal dimension. And then the same thing on the other side, reaching to the heavens, vertical, down to the earth. Crossing over, protecting ourselves, enclosing our front body, opening up, reaching out for the love, horizontal. Taking it backwards to the past, the ancestors, future, forward to the teachers, the learnings, the tailored learnings, up to the heavens, down to earth. Crossing it over, protection, opening wide, expansion, opening, taking it into the backspace, and then moving forward. Same thing on the other side, up to the heavens, reaching for the inspiration, coming down to earth, grounding your energy, crossing your body, protecting your organs, opening wide, expanding out, radiating out into the wings of the heart, taking it back behind you, and moving forward in space. Third time's a charm. This is the last set. Up. Maybe it's the third time. Maybe it's the fourth time. Down. I've lost myself in the space. Lost in space. Crossed. Open. Backwards. And forwards. And then the other side. Up. Down. Cross. Open. Backwards. And forwards. And then let's just breathe. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake and bounce. Anything else that needs to get released, let it out. Inhale, open. Exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. And last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let me have a quick look at TV land and see if anything's happening in TV land. It probably might be or might not be. Who can say? Something happened in TV land. Anyway, I'm going to close the live stream. If you make it this far, leave a comment. Let's have a relationship.